Here we go. Engage. Good morning and happy weekend. Now let's listen to Picard.
Captain's log, stardate 47111.1. A Federation listening post along the Romulan neutral zone has detected an unidentified vessel headed for Federation space. The Enterprise is moving to intercept.
At its reported heading and velocity, the vessel will enter Federation space in approximately 47.3 seconds.
Go to yellow alert.
We have the vessel on sensors.
The ship is a Garidian scout ship. They are driving their engines too hard. Their warp core is critical.
The Garidian. What is the status of their relationship with the Romulan Empire?
They are on friendly terms and may share technology.
We are being hailed.
On screen.
Help us. We are fleeing political persecution. We seek asylum. We are being persecuted.
Their signal is breaking up.
What do you make of this, number one?
It could be a trick.
The Garidians have earned a reputation as honorable warriors, Captain. They do not ordinarily resort to trickery.
We are within visual range. The Garidian's warp drive is failing. They are dropping to sublight speed inside Federation space.
Slow to impulse.
Warbird decloaking directly ahead. The Warbird is also Garidian. They are hailing us.
This is an internal Garidian matter. Withdraw at once.
You are violating Federation space.
They have cut off transmission.
I played this a lot as a kid.
The Warbird has locked its tractor beam onto the scout ship.
Go to red alert.
Go to red alert.
Oh, this brings me back. Good morning and welcome to the Weekdad morning stream on the weekend. Happy weekend to you. It is Saturday morning here and well, everywhere almost, depending on your time zone. This is Star Trek: The Next Generation, a Final Unity, a point-and-click adventure game from Spectrum Olivite. Offhand, I couldn't tell you what year it released, but as you can see, looking at the quality of the animation, it's a little old.
These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise.
I have some
Its
very
continuing
fond
mission
memories
to explore
of spending
strange
lots of
new
time on this
worlds,
game.
to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no one has gone before.
That's what a Star Trek intro should sound like. Up, 1995. There we go. We have a date. So Star Trek: The Next Generation celebrated its 30th anniversary. I am a huge Next Generation fan, and I always felt like this game really captured the essence of Next Gen. Full voice cast, lots of environmental exploration, lots of conversation options, dialogue options, multiple ways out of conflict. We'll go with the lieutenant difficulty. I'm older now. I'm not in 5th grade anymore, so let's see. Let's see if I can do it.
Captain's log supplemental. A Garidian warbird has violated the neutral zone in pursuit of a scout ship. The fugitives may be seeking political asylum, but as yet we have been unable to confirm their intentions.
So, I'm Zoso1701 from GamerParent.net, a Magic Hour Show podcast. I'll actually be doing a Star Trek podcast with a friend of mine, perhaps a couple friends of mine, just for funsies, in the coming weeks. So you can wait for that and look for that on the Magic Hour Show feed, which you can find through GamerParent. But for now, I'm going to pretend I'm Captain Picard.
The room is empty.
That's right, we haven't done that yet.
Mr. Data, do you have any suggestions?
As long as the warbird maintains a tractor beam on the scout ship, we cannot beam its crew aboard. However, if we maneuvered the Enterprise between the ships, we could temporarily disrupt the tractor beam.
We will have to drop our shields to use the transporter.
They're seeking asylum. We should try opening communications first, right?
I'm not willing... Mr. Worf, you're an...
The Geridian warbird is similar to the Romulan Dideridex class. It is less maneuverable than the Enterprise, but it has slightly more firepower.
We'd both take a beating if it came down to a fight.
Our records identify the warbird as the Asirim, commanded by Captain Pintara. Starfleet intelligence rates her as a capable but unimaginative tactician.
What do you think, number one?
The Geridians respect strength. If we show any sign of weakness, it might just encourage them to fight.
What do you suggest?
Maybe we can use our phasers until they listen to reason.
That may be too strong an action. Mr. Worf, lock phasers onto the warbird, but hold your fire.
Aye, sir. They are locking their disruptors on us.
All right, Mr. Data, now we'll execute your
Perhaps
plan.
we should attempt to break the tractor beam.
Make it so.
We have broken the Geridian's tractor beam. The crew of the scout ship has been beamed aboard.
Captain, the warbird is hailing us.
On screen.
On screen.
Federation starship. This is an internal Geridian matter. You've been warned not to interfere.
Sounds like Joan Rivers.
Your presence here gives me every right to interfere. Why have you violated the neutral zone?
Captain, you are harboring dangerous criminals. I demand that you transfer them to my custody immediately.
Before this discussion goes any further, I want to know who these people are and why you have pursued them across the neutral zone.
They are traitors and killers. My orders are to take them back to Garrod to stand trial for murder and sedition.
Whatever crimes they may have committed, you had no right to pursue them across the neutral zone.
I was sent to bring these criminals back dead or alive, and I will carry out my orders even if it means destroying your ship.
Uh-oh. Time to fight. I thought this was so cool.
A Geridian ship
No damage.
is on sensors.
Targeting
The
Geridian
shields.
warbird.
Torpedo away.
This combat mode. Now I don't remember how to. I don't remember how to use it.
We are being hailed.
Oh, good. We're being hailed.
Federation starship. This is an internal Geridian matter.
What? That's it. All right.
The ship is decloaking.
Okay.
Targeting Geridian warp.
Fire.
Torpedo locked.
Warning.
I hope I don't die in the very beginning of this. Oh, I should have talked my way out of it. Can't find it. This is the part I don't recall. There we go.
Fire.
There she is. Alright, I'm gonna turn it over to Mr. Worf.
Fire.
Torpedo away.
No damage.
Fire.
Success.
You and I are not finished, Picard. I promised you that.
See you next time. I thought she was done. Oh! Okay. Apparently we are finished. Alrighty.
The Geridian ship has been
It's
destroyed.
just praising the options
Alert
for...
cancelled. Condition green.
Just praising the diplomatic options, and I just blew up a warbird with potentially hundreds, if not 1,000 crew members. Alright, anyway.
Captain, our new arrivals are requesting to speak with you. Their names are Lucana, Avakar, and Tabak.
There's a point in this game where I got stuck for maybe 3 years. You know, this was 95. I don't believe we even had the internet in my house at that time. So when I got stuck, stuck. And you know, there really wasn't any kid on the playground playing this, or at least admitting to it. You know, that was back in the days where, you know, it wasn't as trendy to be nerdy or geeky, to embrace that part of you. So I really could probably quote this entire first section of the game because I replayed it so much. Let's go talk to our guests.
What are your orders, Captain?
I should like to consider the situation a bit further.
I just blew up. I didn't want to blow up the ship.
Captain Picard, can you help us contact a Vulcan archaeologist named Shinnok? He may possibly hold the key to the discovery of the Lawgiver's fifth scroll.
And now it just becomes an Elder Scrolls game.
Who is the lawgiver?
His real name was Avatrunai, and he was the architect of Goridian society. His 4 scrolls became the cornerstone of our entire culture.
What is this 5th scroll you mentioned?
Let me give you a bit of background. Goridian society is a rigid structure consisting of 2 distinct classes, the patricians and the plebeians. For the past 1,000 years, that structure has been governed by the laws derived from the 4 sacred scrolls. The first scroll outlines our code of honor. The second describes the relationship between the military and the government. The third defines the principles of our religion. And
The children have arrived. The children have arrived.
privileges and responsibilities
Let this play
of
through
the
here for a
patrician
moment.
class.
But you speak of another scroll.
I'm going to turn this down a little bit, okay? You can sit in that chair and hang out for a bit, okay?
According to legend, the lawgiver also wrote a 5th scroll defining the rights and privileges of the plebeian class, which were not explained in the other scrolls.
This lawgiver thought of everything.
What makes you think Shinnok can help you?
My studies indicate that the followers ended up somewhere in what is now Federation space. But because our governments are not on friendly terms, I could never follow up on that research. But the Vulcan scholar Shinnok lives in the Federation and has made extensive studies of our history. I believe he may have vital information that will help us locate the followers.
Why are you so interested in this 5th scroll?
I am a scholar, Captain. My interest is purely academic. Lucana, on the other hand, is a social revolutionary. She hopes the scroll will inflame the underclasses to rebellion.
How would an ancient scroll do her any good?
The patricians stopped the lawgiver before he could reveal his 5th scroll. The lawgiver and a few of his disciples, known as the followers, left Gerrid in 5 spaceships to start their own colony. No trace of them was ever found, and the story gradually took on mythic proportions.
You know, Picard and his
The 5th scroll could be the greatest
archaeologist,
social discovery in Gerrid's history.
hobbyist,
Even if you don't agree with Lucana's goals, I urge you to
hobbyist
talk to
archaeology.
Shinnok and
Picard
help
over
us
here is
find
like,
the scroll
you know,
for
he
sciences.
looks calm and cool, but he's very excited about this.
This could be an intriguing quest.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't feel like that's what Picard would say, but
I have decided to visit Shinnok and see whether
We're
he
just
can
gonna do
help
some
you
investigating.
regarding the 5th scroll.
Thank you for agreeing to visit Shinnok, Captain. The fifth scroll could be the greatest social discovery in Garrett's history.
Understood. We will be underway at once. I will let you know when we arrive. Mr. Worf, inform Starfleet that we will be assisting the Garidians in their search.
Aye, sir.
Computer, what are the current whereabouts of the Vulcan archaeologist Shaynok?
According to Federation Archaeological Survey records, Shaynok is currently excavating ruins on the planet Horst 3.
Oh, Majel Barrett. The true voice of the computer.
Set course for Horst 3, Warp 5.
Aye, sir.
Engage.
I don't necessarily remember yet how to do all of that stuff, but fiddling with like navigation and the transporter. In 1995, this was really my first Star Trek game, and it was the first time those control pads were laid out, and you could, click them with the mouse and feel like you were controlling aspects of the Enterprise. And that was
Captain,
great
we
fun
are receiving an emergency transmission from Simcoe 4.
Of course, this was after All Good Things aired, the end of Star Trek: The Next Generation. So this was a real nice continuance of their stories. Much like Star Trek 25th Anniversary and Judgment Rights is a great way to revisit the crew and locations of the original series. Final Unity is a real fitting way to just extend the voyages of our next-gen crew.
Simcoe 4? Isn't there a research center there?
I'm getting all misty-eyed just talking about it.
Yes, sir. The work at Merton's orbital station focuses on power generation. The researchers there are among the best in the Federation.
On screen.
We're obviously not going to relay that to Starfleet. That'd be a real jerk move.
This is Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the Federation Starship Enterprise. How can we be of help?
Captain Picard, I am Daneb, Chancellor of Simcoe. We are in need of immediate assistance. Merton's orbital station has been attacked by an unknown vessel and does not answer our hails.
Daneb looks like a aging rock and roller from the 70s. Perhaps a member of Styx?
Attacked? But the station is a purely scientific facility.
Is the attacking vessel still present?
We do not know. Whoever or whatever they were, our sensors did not detect them.
Perhaps it was a cloaked Romulan vessel.
I doubt the Romulans would venture this far into Federation territory. The risks are too great.
By the way, that's a Klingon, for those who might not know. Worf is a Klingon. They've changed them a lot in the last couple of years.
Captain, you must hurry. The attack has destabilized the station's experimental power core. We don't know how long we have until a core breach, but I can tell you the resulting energy release and radiation would be catastrophic.
What about survivors? Did anyone get off the station?
We detected several escape pods, but we haven't recovered them yet. The pods we detected could hold only a few dozen. There are hundreds aboard the station, including family.
Set course for Simcoe 4. I hope it's not too late.
Thank you, Captain. I hope you arrive in time.
We'll do our best. Picard out. Dr. Crusher.
So I certainly want to show you a segment of the away team exploration mission. As you can probably hear in the background, my children are awake, so my time is certainly coming to an end this morning. But we'll do a little bit of we'll get to Merton's orbital station. We'll inspect what we can in the first few areas, and then we'll call it for now.
Crusher here.
Doctor, we may shortly be taking on a large number of wounded, possibly hundreds.
How much time have I got?
Not enough, I'm afraid. Picard out. Miss LaForge?
Yes, Captain.
We're en route to Merton's orbital station. They've been attacked, and they're going to need immediate assistance. See what you can find out about their experimental power core.
I'll see what I can dig up, but the Simconians do some advanced work. It may take a while to figure it all out.
Then I suggest you work quickly. Millions of lives on the planet's surface may be at stake. I expect a full analysis of the situation and our options as soon as we're within sensor range.
Yes, sir.
Engage.
Ah, you could stare at the view screen. You could head over to the bridge.
Go to red alert.
I don't need to go to red alert. I was just looking at our... You can manage power. You can adjust your torpedo spread. I actually think that you have a limited number of torpedoes and have to replenish those at star bases. Star charts. So we're on our way to Simcoe 4, but we can set course. We can adjust warp speed. Oh, I think we're arriving.
Captain's log. We have arrived at the Simcoe system in response to a distress call regarding Merton's orbital station. The station was apparently attacked by unknown forces, leaving it in danger of a power core breach.
We are within sensor range of the Merton's orbital station, sir.
On screen. Miss LaForge?
LaForge here.
Report. What is the condition of the station?
You're looking at what's left of the Merton's orbital station, one of the largest research centers in the Federation. The focus of their work is on power generation. 5 years ago, they built the prototype of an experimental power core, and it's been running the station ever since.
Power generation studies? That doesn't warrant an assault like this.
I've been in contact with Starfleet headquarters. Power generation is only part of what this station studies. For several years, researchers here have been working on new ways to detect cloaked vessels.
If the Romulans discovered this, they might have risked a raid. The Simconians did not detect the attacking ship. It may have been cloaked.
That's speculation, Mr. Worf. We have no proof the Romulans were involved.
Mr. Worf, you really have a problem with the Romulans. Stop suggesting the Romulans.
Well, whoever it was, something powerful punched through the station's shields.
Every
and
time
sliced
Worf
off their
suggests it's the
entire
Romulans,
research
take a shot.
Daddy,
Yes.
I'm a hedgehog.
You're a hedgehog.
What do you mean, sliced off?
Oh.
There is insufficient debris in the area to indicate that the missing section was destroyed. It is possible the attackers simply removed it.
I get what she's doing. Friday night we watched Sing, right? Is that what you're doing? You're being the hedgehog from Sing? Very nice. Very
Geordi,
nice.
could that be what destabilized the power core?
No, and that's what I can't figure out. Damage to the upper deck should only cause minor problems, but I'm reading serious power fluctuations. Maybe serious enough to breach the power core's containment field.
What will happen if the containment field fails?
I can't say for certain, but with the amount of energy that thing can put out, I wouldn't want to be around it when it goes.
Is there any way to shut down the core?
There's a fail-safe mechanism which is supposed to jettison the core automatically in an emergency.
You could go tell Alexa to play the Sing soundtrack. See what happens.
I'd say this qualifies as an emergency. Why wasn't the core jettisoned?
The only way to prevent it is by manual override. Someone has to be there to stop it.
That means there's someone still alive in there. Data, are you picking up any...
The station's shielding is interfering with our sensors. I cannot tell if any of the crew are still alive. However, life support is still functioning. But power readings indicate that it may fail at any time.
Dr. Crusher,
Crusher here.
we are nearing Merton Station. Are you prepared for casualties?
My staff is ready to do double shifts. We can...
Understood.
I apologize
What is your
for clicking
recommendation?
through a bit faster here.
We can't do anything from here, but to get an away team aboard, we have to find a way through those shields.
I believe I have a solution. The station's upper shields are badly damaged. If we establish a lock on a transporter on the upper decks, a transporter beam could penetrate the weakened shields.
Once we're in, we should be able to jettison the power core. Then we can lower the station's shields and evacuate the wounded.
Very well, number one. Make it so.
Geordi, I want you and the rest of the away team ready to go in 20 minutes.
We'll be there in 10.
We'll be there in 10.
Man. Oh, I'm getting Oh, really the warm fuzzies here. Alright. Well.
Mr. Data, any suggestions?
I suggest we contact Starfleet, Captain.
That's sort of the default. If he doesn't know what to say, we're going to contact Starfleet. Let's go.
Beam down coordinates selected.
I think in Captain difficulty, maybe you select the away team? Yeah. Yeah, so you can actually change this. Random guy. Alright, so we've got...
Beam down coordinates selected.
It's been a long time. It's been so long. Alright. Energize. Oh, I love it. In a world where you have so many new games at your fingertips, sometimes it's nice to just go back and play one that makes you feel good. Alright, now, to remember how this works, and you can, alright, so you can change our crew members.
All primary subsystems are down. Inertial dampers, life support, no telling how long until these power surges overload the backups. We'd better hurry.
I'll have LaForge take point. And I always enjoyed the way the scale of this station here. I mean, the artwork. I just thought this was good artwork, and maybe 5th grade me was wrong, but I remember just like thinking like this looks like a real space station. Looks like a real set. Oh, we've got a person there.
I've got to talk to the engineers who built this place. The entire hull is lined with a liquid titanium-duranium alloy in a memory gel suspension. It's completely self-sealing.
You mean the station heals itself?
That's one way to put it. The attack caused major structural damage. If this were any other station in the Federation, we'd be standing in a vacuum.
I cannot remember if there's a way to command everybody at once, or if you've got to do individuals. Either way, obviously, Crusher's gonna get to the top of that hill. She's gonna see that injured woman.
Her legs are probably broken, and I think she's in shock.
So we've got our medical tricorder, our med kit. She's in a real rush to get over there.
She's got multiple fractures in both legs. The bones in the lower part of her left leg are shattered. She's in shock and there's some internal bleeding. All things considered, she's very lucky. I can take care of the worst of her injuries here, but I'd like to get her to sickbay. I can't do anything for her until we get that cable out of the way.
All right.
I don't like it, but a phaser may be the only way to get to her.
Perhaps we could cut through the cable with a phaser. The cable has been cut through. She cannot be treated unless we move the cable.
Wait a minute.
I've been thinking about how to free that trapped crewman. What if we use the station's transporter to remove the cable? With the station's sensors out, we'll have to manually acquire the cable's coordinates for beaming.
Transporter coordinates confirmed. It is a data transfer line. It was severed by an energy blast.
This cable's built for handling information, not energy. I'm surprised it didn't just vaporize when it was hit.
All right, crew. So I guess I'll find out now if sending one person back to a previous area moves them all. I would think so, but I'm not certain. I imagine the last time I played this game was probably about 1998. Maybe early 2000s. Okay, good. It did bring everybody with us. All right, so Mr. LaForge, go to that transporter. Oh, use my Riker voice. Mr. LaForge, go over to that transporter panel. Oh boy. Well, there we go. I guess we should get back to that injured woman. Do 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 do. Oh, shift speeds him up. Ah. Cool.
That takes care of the worst of her injuries. She's coming around now. How do you feel?
I'll manage. You're from Starfleet, aren't you?
Yes. We're from the Enterprise. Try not to move. I've stopped the bleeding and given you something for the pain, but your legs are in bad shape.
You're right. Multiple fractures, probable lacerations. I'm Anna Bennett, Chief Medical Officer. We've got a lot of wounded here, some worse off than me. How many can you evacuate?
Our sickbay can handle any emergency cases. The rest we can beam down to the planet, but we can't begin transport until we lower the station's shields.
We can't do that until we stabilize or jettison the power core.
We'll get you beamed out of here as soon as possible. Don't try to move. You may aggravate your injuries.
Thank you, Doctor. I'm aware of that. I'll stay put.
Well, then I'll trust your professional judgment. We'll be back once we've restored life support and lowered the shields.
Wait a minute. Life support is failing? What's wrong with it? It wasn't damaged in the attack.
Main power is fluctuating so wildly that it's disrupting the life support systems.
I warned them about using an inherently unstable power source, but I never thought it would come to this.
We can probably stabilize life support if we can switch to emergency power.
The only place you can do that is in station administration, and you'll need the security code to access the emergency systems. It's 334L42.
Thank you.
Anytime. Good luck.
I hope somebody remembered that. Because I totally didn't.
Sammy was trying to take my favorite bug I wanted.
Let me see the bug.
He took it.
Oh, we'll head to administration. Let's see what we can do there. Apple Forge.
It's dead. Power surges have disabled most of the station's primary systems. A lot of these systems are out. I think we're in luck. This life support console's still active.
Alright, that's what we wanted to do, right? I think that's what we wanted to do. Maybe they'll tell me.
The most likely place for the jettison controls is in engineering. Let's go.
Now we're going to engineering. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh, amazing. It's using a plasma suspension beam to draw energy straight out of the main conduits.
I believe this is one of the attackers. There are weapon ports on both sides of its hull.
I forgot. You could actually look at the tricorder too, and mission logs, notes you might need.
The medical tricorder uses active and passive scans to provide
Huh. Reading is interplanetary debris.
Wait a minute. I had readings of neutronium hull and internal energy, but now all I can pick up are natural elements. It's sending false readings to our tricorders. It's like a chameleon. It disguises itself perfectly. If we weren't here to see it, we'd never know it was here. It could probably fool our ship sensors just as easily. This chameleon field seems to take a fraction of a second to adjust to new scanning frequencies. If I set the tricorder to randomly shift frequencies at high speed... There. I'm getting a partial reading now. Yep, it's a neutronium hull, all right, and a powerful energy source. I've never seen that much power in such a small package before.
Okay. I'm gonna have to stop here. This would be like our commercial break, you know. I'll be down in just a moment, okay? This will be like our commercial break right here. All right, so here comes the swelling music and the you know the title card. All right, so there will be no Weekdad morning stream on Monday. Just do some schedule changes this Monday, but I'll see you on Tuesday morning, and not Thursday this week. So I'll see you Tuesday morning this week, and if you've tuned in, thank you. If you catch this later, thank you. This has been Star Trek: The Next Generation of Final Unity. I think I'm probably gonna revisit this and pick up from here because, yeah, this is like making me feel good. Making me feel good. Anyway, have a great weekend. It's Sunday, isn't it? It's Sunday, isn't it? So have a good Sunday. The end of the weekend. And until next time, take care. Be safe. Be kind. Toso 1701 out.